I had $18,000 in debt spread across 4 credit cards. I was drowning. Every month, I'd make minimum payments and watch the balances barely move. I was stuck, frustrated, and terrified I'd never get out. Then, I discovered 2 famous debt payoff strategies: the Debt Snowball and the Debt Avalanche. Everyone online had an opinion about which one was better, so I did something crazy. I tested both. I split my debt in half and used each method on different cards for 6 months. Today, I'm sharing exactly what happened, which one worked better for me, and which one you should actually use based on your situation. If you want simple, practical tips like this, tips that actually work for real people, hit that like button and subscribe to Liberty Money. We drop new videos every single day to help you get out of the money struggle and start building real wealth. Let's go. 1. What is the Debt Snowball method? Let's start with the Debt Snowball. This method is simple. You list all your debts from smallest balance to largest balance, completely ignoring interest rates. You make minimum payments on everything, but you throw every extra dollar at the smallest debt. Once that's paid off, you take that payment and roll it into the next smallest debt. You keep doing this, and your payments snowball as you knock out debts one by one. Here's why this matters for personal finance management. The Debt Snowball is all about psychology. It's designed to give you quick wins. When you pay off that first small debt, even if it's just $500, you feel amazing. You get momentum. You start believing you can actually do this. This is financial literacy that understands human behavior. Most people give up on debt payoff because it feels impossible. But when you see a balance hit 0 within the first month or 2, something changes in your brain. This is money management that works with your emotions, not against them. When you're learning budgeting for beginners, the Debt Snowball is often recommended because it keeps you motivated through those early, hard months. If you have debt right now, what's your smallest balance? How would it feel to pay that off completely in the next 30 to 60 days? 2. What is the Debt Avalanche method? Now let's talk about the Debt Avalanche. This method is mathematically optimal. You list all your debts from highest interest rate to lowest interest rate, ignoring the balance size. You make minimum payments on everything, but you throw every extra dollar at the debt with the highest interest rate. Once that's paid off, you roll that payment into the debt with the next highest rate. You keep going until everything's gone. Here's why this is important for debt management. The Debt Avalanche saves you the most money in interest. If you've got a credit card at 24% interest and another at 18%, paying off the 24% card first mathematically makes sense. You're stopping the biggest interest bleed. This is financial planning that's logical and efficient. This is personal budget optimization. When you understand saving money at this level, you realize that every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar you can't invest or save. The Debt Avalanche minimizes wasted money. This is financial education for people who want the most cost-effective path out of debt. But here's the catch. It requires discipline, because your first payoff might take months if your highest interest debt also has a big balance. Do you know the interest rates on all your debts? If not, that's your homework. You can't use the Avalanche method without knowing your rates. 3. My debt situation, the starting point. Let me tell you exactly where I was when I started this experiment. I had 4 credit cards with a total of $18,000 in debt. Card A, $2,000 at 22% interest. Card B, $5,000 at 19% interest. Card C, $3,000 at 24% interest. Card D, $8,000 at 18% interest. I was making minimum payments, and it felt like I was getting nowhere. I had about $600 extra per month that I could throw at debt after covering my essentials. Here's what I decided to do for this experiment. I split my focus. For 3 months, I used the Debt Snowball on cards A and C's smallest balances, and I used the Debt Avalanche on cards C and D, highest interest rates. Yes, card C appeared in both, because it was both small and high. I tracked everything: how much I paid, how much interest I was charged, and how I felt about my progress. This is personal finance management as a real-world test. I wanted to know which method actually worked better, not just in theory, but in practice. This is money management that's evidence-based, not just opinion-based. If you tried this experiment with your own debt, which method do you think would keep you more motivated? Quick wins or maximum savings? 4. What happened with the Debt Snowball? I started with the Debt Snowball, targeting my smallest balance first. Card A, at $2,000. I threw my entire $600 extra payment at it while making minimums on the others. Within 3.5 months, Card A was completely paid off. Gone. Zero balance. And I'm not going to lie, It felt incredible. That first payoff gave me so much momentum. I felt like I was actually making progress. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Here's what happened psychologically. Once card A was gone, I rolled that payment into card C, my next smallest at $3,000. Now I was paying nearly $700 per month toward one debt. Within 2 more months, card C was gone too. By month 6, I had eliminated 2 debts completely using the snowball method. This is budgeting for beginners. That works because it's motivating. This is financial literacy that understands that humans need wins to stay committed. The downside: I paid more in interest than I would have with the Avalanche. But the upside? I stayed motivated. I didn't give up. This is personal budget strategy that prioritizes consistency over perfection. Have you ever quit a debt payoff plan because it felt too slow? The snowball method is designed to fix that exact problem. 5. What happened with the debt avalanche? Now let's talk about the debt avalanche. I targeted card C first because it had the highest interest rate at 24%. I threw my $600 extra payment at it. But here's the thing, card C had a $3,000 balance. So even with aggressive payments, it took me about 5 months to pay it off. That's 5 months before I saw my first zero balance. It was frustrating. I was saving money on interest, but I couldn't see the progress as clearly. Here's the reality of debt management with the Avalanche. It's mathematically smarter, but it's psychologically harder. After 5 months of grinding, I finally paid off card C. Are you the type of person who can stay disciplined even when progress feels slow? That's the key question for the Avalanche method. 6. The results. Which one actually worked better? Here's the final breakdown after 6 months. Here's the truth about personal finance management. The best method is the one you'll actually stick with. If saving $130 over 6 months is worth the emotional grind of waiting 5 months for your first payoff, do the Avalanche. But if you need quick wins to stay motivated, do the snowball. For me, the snowball won because I stayed consistent. I didn't burn out. I didn't give up. This is money management that's realistic. This is budgeting for beginners that acknowledges that motivation matters. This is financial literacy that says, the mathematically perfect solution doesn't matter if you quit halfway through. What's more important to you, saving every possible dollar in interest or staying motivated with quick wins? Be honest with yourself. 7. Which method should you use? Here's my advice based on testing: both. Use the debt snowball if you need motivation and quick wins. You've struggled to stick with debt payoff plans before. Your smallest debts can be paid off quickly within 2 to 3 months, or you're the type of person who needs to see progress to stay committed. Use the debt avalanche if you're highly disciplined and can stay motivated without quick wins. Your highest interest debt isn't your largest debt. You want to save the maximum amount of money on interest. Or you're okay with a slower emotional payoff for better math. Here's the secret that nobody tells you about debt management. You can also do a hybrid. Start with the snowball to get momentum, knock out your smallest debt, and then switch to the avalanche to save money on interest. This is personal budget strategy that's flexible. This is financial planning that adapts to your needs. This is personal finance management that says you don't have to pick one method forever. You can adjust based on what's working. This is financial education that's practical, not dogmatic. The goal isn't to follow a method perfectly. The goal is to get out of debt. Based on everything you've learned, which method feels right for you? Trust your gut. You know yourself best. Look, I tested both methods for 6 months with real money and real debt. Here's what I learned. The debt snowball kept me motivated. The debt avalanche saved me money. In both methods work, but the best method is the one you'll actually follow through on. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. If the snowball keeps you going, do it. If you've got the discipline for the avalanche, do that. The most important thing is that you start. Pick a method today. List your debts. Make your plan. Throw every extra dollar at debt. In 6 months, a year, 2 years, you'll be debt-free. I promise you. It's possible. You just have to start. Tell me in the comments, are you Team Snowball or Team Avalanche? And if you've tried either method, how did it go? Let's help each other figure this out. And if this video helped you choose your debt payoff strategy, hit like and subscribe to Liberty Money. We're dropping new content every single day to help you crush debt, build financial literacy, and build real wealth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.